person's report in Airdrie. Could this case be connected to the charred body in Exshaw? Until the body is identified, the RCMP must treat it as two separate cases. Exshaw is a hamlet near the Bow River Valley. It is 90 kilometers from downtown Calgary. Airdrie, Ruth DeGaio's residence, is 110 kilometers northeast of Exshaw. Airdrie, Alberta is a bedroom community facing the Rocky Mountains to the west, with plenty of prairie and parkland surrounding, and lots of outdoor opportunity. It's a great place to raise a family. Ruth DeGaio lives in Airdrie with her common-law partner, Dwayne Rettelbach, and her 2-year-old son, Justin. Ruth immigrates to Canada from the Philippines in 1991. She is the daughter of a fisherman and a farmer. In 1993, she is hired to work at the records department at the Peter Lougheed Centre in Calgary. Ruth is a generous person. She's a very reliable and conscientious employee.
Ruth grew up in a low-income household. Once she gets a job, like many new immigrants to Canada, she starts sending money home to her 6 siblings. She wants them to get a higher education. It's a difficult journey for immigrants from the Philippines. They're adapting to new culture, while at the same time feeling isolated from their families.
Challenges are enormous for some of the newcomers to the country. There can be language barriers. They might not understand immigration policies. They might not fully understand their rights in Canadian society.
In 1999, Ruth meets an electrician named Dwayne Rettelbach on the internet. They begin dating and later move in together.
Ruth wants to have a family of her own in Canada. She's eager to have a stable home, a partner, and a child. She dreams of becoming a mother.
Ruth is also a devoted Catholic, and eventually, with Dwayne, has a baby named Justin.
Ruth loves Justin. They have a special bond. She embraces motherhood.
On January 8th, 2006, Ruth's co-worker, Jacqueline Paquette, waits for Ruth to pick her up. Ruth is never late. She's getting nervous. She contacts her other colleague, Marilyn Taves. They're worried something has happened to her, and she may need assistance. Ruth has always been a hard-working and conscientious employee who would never not just show up like this. She also would always get back to her friends when they call. Something doesn't seem right. It's just not like Ruth to do something like this. Marilyn and Jacqueline know that something is horribly wrong. They both decide to look for Ruth in Airdrie and Calgary. Meanwhile, Dwayne Rettelbach is cooperative with police. He tells Sergeant Patterson and Corporal Webb that he doesn't know what happened or why she would have left. Sergeant Patterson and Corporal Webb informed Dwayne that a body earlier that day has been found in Exshaw.
When Ruth is reported missing, everyone is devastated. She's a kind person and a beloved member of the Airdrie community. And she's a loyal co-worker. Everyone feels a huge loss.
Jacqueline and Marilyn search for Ruth everywhere. They come up empty-handed. They decide to go to her house. Dwayne tells them that he filed a missing persons report that morning. This has gone from bad to worse. They go to the RCMP station to see if there's any information. The RCMP officer asks them if Ruth would ever run away. Jacqueline and Marilyn are both adamant that Ruth would never leave her son Justin. This is completely out of character for her. Marilyn explains that Ruth is in good spirits before her disappearance. A few days earlier, she Sergeant Patterson and Corporal Webb interview Justin's caregiver, Marla Wolf. Marla tells the officers that Ruth would never leave her son. She is a very devoted mother. She is also certain she would never take her own life. Marla explains that Ruth would often stop by Marla's home daycare to spend extra time with Justin and help Marla with the other children. Thelma Evangelista grew up with Ruth in the Philippines. She is the last person to see Ruth alive on January 7th, 2006. It is early January before Thelma has time to drop off Christmas presents for the family. Ruth is in a good mood before her disappearance. She tells Thelma that she's going to the mall that night with Dwayne and Justin.
There's nothing unusual or out of the ordinary about Ruth's behavior. Thelma corroborates statements by Jacqueline, Marilyn, and Marla. All four women say this is out of character.
Risa Fournier is Ruth's younger sister. She works as a nurse in Florida. The RCMP tell her that her sister is missing. They also inform her of the unidentified body in Exjaw. Risa has a bad feeling that the body is her sister Ruth.
The forensic experts will look for any personal items or other forms of identification. They will also look at height, weight, surgical scars, tattoos, and dental records. Unfortunately, they didn't have any identification on them. Experts will have to rely on dental records or muscular tissue that remains on the body.
6 weeks later, on February 16th, 2006, the RCMP positively identified the charred body as Ruth DeGaio. The case has shifted from a missing persons to a homicide.
Dwayne Redelback breaks down in tears and tells officers he just wished she would come home. He's having a hard time functioning at all. He gives RCMP a list of suspects.
Dwayne Redelback tells Risa that the body has been identified as Ruth. He tells her that he has given the RCMP a list of potential suspects.
RCMP don't release their list of suspects to the public. They don't want to compromise the investigation.
Risa, along with Ruth's friends, have a different suspect in mind.
Guys, it's like Dave was made for me. No drama, no games.
Who? Oh, I know Dave.
The best?
Let me see a pic. A banking app?
The banking app for everyday people.
Dave gives you what those other guys don't.
There's no overdrafts or late fees.
You could get extra cash when you need it.
Okay. I'm with it.
I think I found the one.
There's an easier way to bank and get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
I was seeing this bra all over my Instagram feed. I'm sure you're seeing it too.
This is the most comfortable bra I've ever put on in my life. I love it because, one, it's not underwire. I hate underwire. It smooths out your back. It doesn't give you back fat or back rolls. You can wear this under a t-shirt and it wouldn't leave any marks or bulges. So not only is it super supportive, lifting and smoothing, but you have all that without an underwire and without a ton of padding.
If you're looking at this and it's available, I promise you won't regret it.
Try risk-free. Free returns on all orders.
Calm. Download the free app now.
To prove that there is such a thing as free money, we gave people a little sample of Ibotta.
Hi, would you like to try a sample?
What is it?
Ibotta.
If I can just take this. Is this real?
Yes, you're not allergic, right?
Get cash back every time you shop with Ibotta.
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear. Sad. Future me. And no bunions! How?
Lapiplasty
wax bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks. Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
I'm here today to talk to you about addiction. It's an incredibly complex and difficult subject, and there are many reasons people struggle with it. Some feel isolated, some feel trapped, some feel despair. Many people avoid talking about it to avoid dealing with it. But when you start talking, it becomes easier and the way out becomes clear. You can get help today by calling the number on your screen to start talking with someone who knows and understands your struggles. Someone who's been where you are. So call now. No more excuses, no more dying. If you or someone you love is fighting with a drug or alcohol addiction, reach out and talk to someone you can trust. Someone who found recovery. However it started, your addiction can end by making this free call.
Call 800-709-6547.
My doctor told me I needed to start prioritizing my liver health.
Dose for Your Liver is a clinically backed supplement that supports healthy liver function.
My stomach feels a lot better.
He has more energy. He sees his grandkids more.
Start your liver health journey today at dosedaily.co.
Looking for a way to stretch the dollar? With Insurify, you can cut your car insurance bill in half. Scroll through dozens of prices and tap to switch online. That's it. No phone calls and no wasted time. Go to Insurify and save today.
Meet OmniLux Contour, an LED light therapy mask clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Find out how you can improve your skin at omniluxled.com.
Want an epic deal? Well, right now at Fabletics, you can get 70% off every single thing. From our best-selling jumpsuits to our iconic leggings and sports bras and everything in between. Shop 70% off at Fabletics.com today.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps or made me feel like I wasn't enough. It was something society taught us to be embarrassed about. Small-chested women deserve better. So I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly, and a brand that empowers women to celebrate their bodies exactly as they are. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. It's not your body that has to change, it's the industry. Meet Pepper, the bras that actually fit small boobs. Check us out at wearpepper.com.
Ruth DeGaio starts a new life in Canada in 1991. She's in a common-law relationship with Dwayne Redelbach and a devoted mother to her 2-year-old son, Justin.
Ruth loves Justin. They have a special bond. She spends all her spare time with him and would do anything for him.
On January 8th, 2006, Ruth DeGaio is found dead in Extra, Alberta. The body is severely burned and unrecognizable.
Everyone is devastated. She's a kind person and a beloved member of the Airdrie community. Everyone feels a huge loss. Dwayne Redelbach breaks down in tears and gives RCMP a list of suspects.
Reason, along with Ruth's friends, have a different suspect in mind. In March 2003, Ruth is pregnant with Justin. Dwayne is driving the car and Ruth is in the passenger seat. Dwayne and Ruth are rear-ended by another car. Unfortunately, the fetus is permanently damaged.
A car accident is a significant threat to a fetus because the brain is vulnerable. If there is a loss of oxygen or blood flow to the baby, damage to the brain can happen rapidly. Because of this, many babies are born with permanent disabilities.
1 month later, Justin is born prematurely. Shortly after Justin is born, he suffers a stroke. Justin is diagnosed with cerebral palsy. He has incomplete gestation and permanent loss of his physical and mental capacities.
Cerebral palsy is caused by brain damage. It affects muscle tone, posture, and movement. a child in Justin's case will be behind in developmental milestones and need additional support.
Ruth is determined to give Justin all the support and love that he deserves. That's why Ruth's friends and family know she would never leave him. Investigators have many consistent statements from family and friends that Ruth DeGaia would never leave her son voluntarily. With no eyewitnesses, they have to rely on a few small pieces of evidence. Ruth's body is found 110 kilometers from her home in Airdrie. Could she have been kidnapped and then murdered?
Police seize the physical evidence, photograph the scene, and create possible scenarios of what could have happened. They conduct interviews and find out if someone was threatening the victim before the murder. They must form a good hypothesis to build a strong case.
When Dwayne Rettelback receives the news that Ruth is dead, he immediately points his finger at other people.
Dwayne tells the officers he doesn't know who did this, but he provides them with a list of suspects. He makes claims of unusual activity at the home.
Several weeks before Ruth's death, Dwayne claims that they have a number of suspicious calls.
No one else mentions that Ruth received suspicious phone calls or threats. This is not common knowledge among her friends and extended family.
Several months later, the RCMP do not have enough evidence to make an arrest. They decide to put out a Crime Stoppers reenactment video. Unfortunately, this leads to a dead end.
No one besides Dwayne mentions a suspicious person lurking around Dwayne and Ruth's home. The only person of interest that the police name publicly is Dwayne Rettelback.
Dwayne Rettelback is publicly named as a person of interest. He keeps insisting that he doesn't know what happened to his partner.
Intimate partner violence accounts for about 25% of violent crimes in Canada. Many of the women who are killed by their partner are killed at home. Police want to focus on the partner first and hopefully rule out this possibility.
The RCMP and Ruth's friends and family all had their suspicions of Dwayne Rettelback. He quickly becomes the lead suspect. On February 10th, 2006, 6 days before Ruth's body is identified, RCMP officers pay a visit to Rettelback's home.
The lights are on, and Dwayne's vehicle is parked out front. They're clear signs that someone's at home, but no one's answering. Friends report the same thing. This is very out of character. Dwayne is becoming more reluctant to cooperate and meet with police.
Sister Lucille Field is Ruth's friend and confidant. She tells the officers that before Ruth is murdered, she is in a toxic relationship with Dwayne Rettelback. She is stuck in a cycle of domestic abuse, yet she is still committed to her relationship with Rettelback. Ruth would often run to the next-door neighbor's house for help. In November of 2004, Ruth leaves the abusive relationship with Dwayne and escapes to a shelter for women.
Domestic abuse affects everyone differently. It often occurs when one partner desires control over the other. There might be physical signs of abuse, like bruises or marks on the body. There are also emotional signs. For example, if someone becomes more distant or anxious or a change in their mood. These are some of the signs to look out for.
6 months later, Ruth returns home. She is determined to make her relationship work. She has only been back with Dwayne for 8 months, until her death.
Sister Lucille labels it domestic abuse. Ruth's sister, Risa, says she fears for her sister's safety. Other friends say the relationship was rocky. It's fair to say Ruth's life is in danger.
However, with no physical evidence connecting Dwayne to the murder scene, the case goes cold.
Even with a documented case of domestic abuse, the Crown still needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Dwayne committed the murder. This means strong physical evidence or an eyewitness.
Once again, a domestic abuse case remains unsolved, and a vicious killer is still on the loose.
At Consumer Cellular, we pride ourselves on getting you the exact same nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. But don't worry, we've got a lot more than that going for us. Woo! Like this beautiful store in Arizona, for example. It's the perfect place for me to tell you a little bit more about our phones and how they can become your phones. You name it, we probably got it. We have the top smartphones from all the major companies. If it's state-of-the-art cameras you want with space-age metal housing, we got them. If you want a smartphone with lots of bells and whistles but won't break the bank, we've got that too. We even have flip phones like the Iris Flip. If you're someone that doesn't need all that mumbo-jumbo and just wants something simple. And now, we even have watches.
We do.
No matter what device you choose, you'll be happy to know that if your data needs change,
No problem.
with our Smart Flex feature, you don't have to sweat it. Like say you're on a road trip out west and end up using a bunch of data. We can simply flex you up to the next data tier for as little as $5. Then, when you get home, you can flex right back down with no penalty. So you only pay for what you actually need.
With Consumer Cellular, you get the exact same nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost.
I know what you're thinking. What if I don't have one of these amazing stores in my town yet? Can I get these phones sent to me?
Yes, you can.
Will our award-winning customer service help me switch over or add a line for $15 to make my own family plan?
Of course they will.
Is it easy?
Easy as pie.
You see that tower out there? It's a beauty. And there are thousands more like it, working hard for me and you, supplying 5G coverage to this beautiful nation of ours. We know how important coverage is. That's why we offer a risk-free guarantee. If you're not satisfied within 30 days of activation, you can pay nothing. Oh, look.
And for a limited time, new customers get their second month free. Call 800-311-5340. Find us in Target or visit consumercellular.com to switch today.
She knows what she's talking about. Pick up the phone.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should be calling right now.
Well, just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we're going to let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. So what kind of calls have we been seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls from all types of accidents today. Work accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents, and most commonly, car accidents. So if you were injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, take that first step, pick up that phone and give us a call. We're going to answer your questions, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Go ahead. Don't hesitate. Take that first step and call now.
When I'm not feeling healthy, I feel like my whole body's off, my skin is off.
DSO1 is worth it because they have strains that deal with digestive health, skin health, and overall health.
DSO1 makes me feel balanced.
My whole system is working better.
It's making a real difference in my quality of life.
If you just do this one thing every single day, your gut will thank you for it.
Visit seed.com to start DSO1 today.
Every day feels like a vacation in PAC's Coastal Collection. Made with 100% organic cotton, these looks are light, breathable, and always go with the flow. Because some things are made for everything, especially organic cotton. Shop the collection at wearpact.com.
Wow, is that really me? Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm just in love with the mirror right now. It's a facelift in a jar.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. We've created the best offer yet with our Memorial Day Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. People across the country look and feel years younger in minutes.
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Holy
Like I look 15 years younger.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, try it this Memorial Day for only $14.95 plus get free shipping.
They're called Shynasty hammock underwear. Soft, sweat-wicking, breathable underwear with a supportive pouch built in. You don't realize you need new underwear until you try these. Love your first pair or they're free. Upgrade to hammock underwear at shynasty.com.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
Ruth DeGaio is found dead in Extra, Alberta. Her body is severely burned and unrecognizable.
Although Ruth and Dwayne reconcile in May 2005, friends and family still fear for her safety. They know the relationship is rocky. Risa Fournier, Ruth's sister, suspects Dwayne from day one. The RCMP made Dwayne Riddleback a person of interest. There are no other strong suspects in the case.
However, with no physical evidence connecting Dwayne to the murder, no eyewitnesses, or a confession, the case goes cold. There is still no justice for Ruth DeGaio. Friends and family continue to remember Ruth and honor her memory. They all pray for justice. Ruth's sister Riza always fears for her sister's safety. She has a feeling that Dwayne was behind this. Riza accuses Dwayne multiple times of killing her sister. Every time she asks him, he doesn't deny it.
There's a lot of strong circumstantial evidence pointing to Dwayne Riddleback. He's the strongest suspect RCMP have in the case.
Dwayne continues to drop Justin off at Marla Wolf's home. Marla hopes Dwayne is innocent for the sake of Justin's safety.
Ruth's family and friends are losing hope that this case will be solved. They don't want her to be forgotten. They want justice for their friend, mother, sister.
Unfortunately, the case does go cold. Several years pass with no progress. Ruth's loved ones still have faith that there will be justice. However, it will take a fresh set of eyes to crack this case. In 2015, Inspector Stacy Talbot of the RCMP Historical Homicide Unit is assigned to Ruth's case. Inspector Talbot knows this case is complicated and challenging, but she is determined to solve it. There is no DNA evidence found near the body, no weapon or sign of anyone suspicious at the crime scene. In 2006, Dwayne Riddleback provides officers with a list of potential suspects. This list never materializes into anything. The RCMP only publicly named Dwayne as a person of interest. He also claims that the couple receives numerous suspicious calls, yet this tip doesn't lead anywhere. The RCMP also issue a Crime Stoppers reenactment video, but it is unsuccessful in solving the murder. As the investigation continues, Dwayne Riddleback is less cooperative with the police.
Ruth is caught in a cycle of domestic abuse with Dwayne. Friends and family fear he's violent. All signs are pointing to Dwayne Riddleback.
Ruth leaves Dwayne in November 2004. She has only been back with him for less than 8 months before her death.
Women are more likely to be killed by an intimate partner than any other person. When someone is stuck in a cycle of abuse, they're often unable to leave completely.
Ruth is incredibly important to a lot of people. Ruth's family want justice. They want answers. Risa Fournier, Ruth's sister, states,
Ruth taught me to be brave. My family will suffer this loss and pain for the rest of our lives. Only a heart so dark, so ruthless, so evil could do that. If Inspector Talbot wants to catch Dwayne Riddleback, she must get creative.
When you get approved with Drive Time, you get the real deal. It's the Drive Time Real Deal Maker.
It lets you customize the real down payment and monthly payment of the car you want to buy.
That's super smart. And the deal you make on your phone is the deal you pay. You make the deal yourself.
Get the real deal at drivetime.com. A better banking app is right at your fingertips. Download Dave, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less, right through your phone. There's no interest, no credit checks, and no late fees. Because getting help shouldn't set you back. Switch to the banking app made for you, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. Download the Dave app now, or go to dave.com today.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps, so I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. Meet Pepper, the bras that actually fit small boobs.
Looking for a way to stretch the dollar? With Insurify, you can cut your car insurance bill in half. Scroll through dozens of prices and tap to switch online. That's it. No phone calls and no wasted time. Go to Insurify and save today.
Meet EarthBreeze, a revolutionary laundry detergent that magically dissolves in any wash. There's no wasteful plastic jug, and it's water-free because you already have water. The future of laundry detergent has arrived. Learn more at earthbreeze.com.
I was seeing this bra all over my Instagram feed. I'm sure you're seeing it too.
This is the most comfortable bra I've ever put on in my life. I love it because, one, it's not underwire. I hate underwire.
It smooths out your back. It doesn't give you back fat or back rolls. You can wear this under a t-shirt and it wouldn't leave any marks or bulges.
So not only is it super supportive, lifting and smoothing, but you have all that without an underwire and without a ton of padding.
So if you're looking at this and it's available, I promise you